Hey, good morning. My name is Summer Faith. I am reading through Numbers right now, and I wanted to come and talk with you this morning. It's Monday morning, and social media sometimes can get a little bit overwhelming because you can see everything that everyone is doing, and often we'll look at things and think, well, why am I not doing that? Or should I be doing that? Or look at what she's doing. That's amazing. And I just wanted to encourage you this morning to keep your eyes focused on the things that God has called you to do. So I'm going to share with you a passage in Numbers that completely jumped out at me. I'm in Numbers chapter 7. I'm going through the She Works His Way reading plan. If you don't have that, it's amazing, and I'd love to set you up with that free resource. So anyway, I'm in number 7, and all the tribes of Israel are coming in, and the heads of the households are bringing in gifts and offerings to Moses so he's consecrating all of the stuff for the tabernacle. And they're bringing each of the heads of the households, they're bringing in different gifts for him. And God tells Moses, I want you to take these things and give them to the Levites. The Levites are there to serve, and I want you to give them to the Levites. And he says here I'm going to read it so I don't mess it up. We're in Numbers 7, chapter 4, or Numbers 7, verse 4. Then the Lord said to Moses, accept these from them, that they may be used in service. So the gifts are to be used in service of the tent of the meeting, and give them to the Levites, each man according to his service. So you have these gifts coming in, and they're given to each man according to his service. And so you go down, and there's these wagons, right? 2 wagons are given to the sons of Gershon, 4 wagons and 8 oxen are given to Merari and all of his sons. And so then you get to the point where it says, but the sons of Kohath, he gave none. Like, they don't get any wagons. They're looking around, everybody else gets wagons, and they don't get anything. And the next line says, because they were charged with the service of the holy things that had to be carried on the shoulders. So they don't need wagons because their job, their purpose, what God had ordained and set out for them to do is to carry things on their shoulders. So they really don't need wagons because God purposed for them to carry things on their shoulders. And they could be upset and looking around at everyone else and be like, hey, guess what? Sons of Gershon, they all have wagons. And those people over there, they have wagons. Why don't I have a wagon? Well, your wagon is not needed because you have shoulders. God gave you shoulders. So it stood out to me because we can get so caught up in what everybody else is doing, look at the things that everybody else has, and we don't need to be caught up in that. We need to be caught up in keeping our eyes focused on Christ. And I want to flip over to 1 Corinthians chapter 12. And that talks about the giftings. And so if you have some time today, I would encourage you to go in and read 1 Corinthians chapter 12, because each of us is given a gift. We're the body of Christ, and we need every single person to walk out the giftings, walk out the purposes that God has for them. And if you're a foot, shoes are great. Like, shoes are needed, and it's something that you need. But if you're a hand and you're desiring that shoe, what are you going to do with a shoe if you're a hand? Like, that same with the wagons. And so even if you go back to 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1, I love this. Be imitators of me as I am of Christ. That verse, ultimately, if we're looking at other people, we should be saying, I love the way that she is following Jesus. I love the way that she is serving people, and she's imitating Christ's service. She's imitating what he's purposed her to love and to serve. I really wish that I could have that she has. We can walk out the gifts that God has called us to, and He is the giver of good gifts. He knows what we need in order to walk out what we're supposed to walk out. And so my prayer for you today is that you would just find yourself seeking after Christ, beholding him, and asking him, like, how can I walk out what you want me to do, and what things do I need for that? And help me to keep my eyes fixed on you and my eyes focused on my calling and not on what someone else is doing. So anyway, that's what I have for you today. I hope that blesses you somehow. It just really stood out to me. We don't all need wagons.